I'm really scared to be doing this in here. When you realize that your shirt's on backwards. When we first moved into this house, I was in the room that my brother's currently in, and it's a lot smaller than this one. There's a crack in between the bed and the wall, and it was so I could just kind of like throw my feet over and like get out that way. We had just moved in, I just finished unpacking, and I put my feet over the edge of my bed, and so I felt something tug my leg, and I freaked out. I totally freaked out. I ran downstairs, I told my mom, and she told me that I probably just like imagined it, and I was like, okay. So that same night, I went back upstairs and I laid in bed, and I was about to fall asleep. I was kind of drifting off while I was watching this movie, and right in my ear, like directly in my ear, I heard this old, like an old woman, woman, I think it was a woman, like an old voice in my ear say the name Judy, but really dark and creepy sounding. And I don't want to do it while I'm in here because I'm just freaked out by the whole thing, but it like yelled that name in my ear, and I ran downstairs. I told my mom, and she was like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, this doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. And I was like, okay, well, it's gonna have to make sense. But no one believed me until the singing started. And that's when everyone kind of was like, okay, something's not right here. If I look in the viewfinder, that's just because I'm scared. The singing started, and it was a little girl's voice, just melodies, and she was just singing, just humming along and things like that. And that's when everyone started kind of freaking out. They were like, okay, something's not completely right here. But my mom was still like, you know what, it's probably just a nice spirit, like it's a nice little girl spirit, it's fine, everything's good and well. And like, I don't know what movie she's been watching, but my two brothers, Romel and Gray, they still didn't believe it. They didn't believe us about any of this stuff until it was about 1 o'clock in the morning one night. But Romel would always text me and ask me if I would play Draw Something with him, and it got so annoying because I hated playing that game. So it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and he texted me and he was like, hey, are you up? I thought he was texting me so I would play the game with him. But then I heard crying, and I was like, oh, Caitlin's up. So I heard crying, and I was like, oh, someone's got to go in there. And it was continuous. It was like 15 minutes of crying. And so then I heard the bedroom door open to my brother's rooms, and feet going down the hallway, and then I heard Caitlin's door creak open, and then running, just running, and then door slamming. So the next morning I woke up to wake them up for school, and they were just huddled up in the same bed, which is not like them at all. Later on I had asked them what had happened, and they said that they went into Caitlin's room that night because they thought they heard her crying. And when they went in there, she was sound asleep, but the crying was still going. We ran back to their rooms and cuddled. Whatever, no judge. So from there, it only got worse, and we started hearing footsteps. The whole upstairs is carpet, but the downstairs is hardwood floor, and so when you walk off the stairs onto the hardwood floor, it makes this very distinct like creaking noise, and that happens all throughout the hardwood floor. So you can hear where people are in my house by the way the floor sounds, because every sound in the house is just like echoed. We would hear really loud, like deep, it almost sounded like a big man just kind of like pounding his feet all the way down our hallway, and then it would go down the stairs and then stop, and it was gone. It would not reach the hardwood floor. And so that really freaked me especially out of everyone out. But my little sister goes to Georgia every other weekend to see her dad, and I had forgotten that that weekend was her weekend to go, and my stepdad had taken her while my mom was at work and my brother was out. And so I had just got finished cleaning my little sister's room because it was a wreck. So I was downstairs on the laptop, nobody was home, and I heard a noise like books being pushed off a shelf, not necessarily thrown, but pushed off a shelf. So I got so angry because I was like, are you serious? Like, I just cleaned your room and you're gonna, ugh. So I yelled upstairs and I was like, Caitlin, and this yell came back and it said, yeah, and it sounded just like my little sister's voice. So I was like, I swear if you're messing up that room. So I was like, is Shane home? And then there was no response, and I was like, oh my God, she's not answering me, because I hate it when she doesn't answer me. So I ran up the stairs and I swung open her door, and there was like a pile of books on the floor, and then no Caitlin. And I was like, Caitlin's not here this weekend. Okay, so I kind of calmly like went out and I shut her door and I ran downstairs. And I sat on the back porch for a few hours until my mom got home, and I told her what happened, and nobody believed me. Like, nobody was believing me at all that this stuff was happening, because it would really only happen when I was alone. So one of my friends in the neighborhood came over, and we thought, you know, if this is a little girl, you know, it's her voice, she's singing, she obviously likes my little sister's room because she likes to play with toys and stuff. Let's give it toys, let's, you know, tell it can stay. And so we went in there with some stuffed animals and we put them on the floor, and we were like, okay, you know, you can stay here, just don't mess with us, don't, you know, freak us out or anything, but you can stay here. Like, this should be a comforting environment for you, because we thought it was a spirit. My mom had just kept telling me it was a spirit. After that, things definitely got not worse, but a lot more stuff started happening. One night, my mom had just gotten home from the store, and she was unloading groceries from the car, and she said that she had called up to me because she had heard me on the stairs and I was talking to her. She said I was talking to her on the stairs, and she asked if I would come help with the groceries, and I was like, yeah, sure. And it had been like 10 minutes, and I finally came downstairs just to see what she was doing, and she was like, why didn't you help me? Like, you said you were gonna help me. And I was like, Mom, I didn't even know you were home. Like, I just heard you. And she was like, I just had a conversation with you on the stairs. And I was like, okay, well, that wasn't me. So at this point we were like, okay, it can mimic voices. Like, this is really uncomforting. A few weeks later, I had two friends over, Kelsey and Jillian, and we were upstairs and we had waited for my mom all night to get off work so she would bring us pizza. And it had been a really long time. And then we heard my front door, it sounded like my front door opened and keys went on the counter. And it sounded like the way my mom sniffles, because my mom sniffles like all the time, coughs and sniffles. And so I was like, Mom? And then we heard my mother's voice. So we ran downstairs and we were like, pizza! And when we got down there, all the lights were off. And I am so afraid of this house, and I'm afraid of the dark in general, that I always keep the lights like in my house on. If there's no sunlight, like all the lights are on. And so I had all the lights on, and now all the lights were off, and we were kind of like looking around like, this is really weird. Like, Mom, this isn't funny. I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot. God. And I looked at the blinds, and my mom's car wasn't home. So I called her and I was like, Mom, and she was like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I just got off work. It's gonna be a few minutes. I'll be there soon. And then we all just kind of looked at each other and just ran upstairs. We went up to my room and we hid in like one corner of my bed and turned on every light. And we were so freaked out. And I was like, do you guys believe me? Like, something's wrong here. So that was the first like real encounter with my friends that I've had. And I've had plenty more after that, but not really big ones, except one time when Kelsey came over again, and we were in my room, and my room is kind of connected, not really connected, but mine and my mom's room share a wall, and it's her closet wall. So when she's in there looking for clothes, I can hear her hangers on the bar when she's like moving them. And so we were sitting here and I started hearing like tapping on her closet, and then from tapping it went to kind of like hitting a little bit. And I was like, okay, that's weird. Like, my mom's not at home, no one's in there. So I ran into her room with Kelsey and nobody was in the closet. And I was like, okay. So then we heard, not today, not today. Not today. Okay, so I don't know if you guys heard that, but my heart is racing so hard. My family's gonna hear me out here. My feet are freezing. It's cold. I don't know if that camera, I don't know if you even caught that, but if you did hear that, that was, oh my God. That was where I keep my movies under my TV. It's like this little glass door that kind of like you press it and it gets stuck there. And it just popped open, so that's great. That's so after me and Kelsey had gone into my mom's closet and nobody was there, we went back to my room, which is also right above the garage. So everything in the garage I can hear in my room. And it sounded like somebody was in the garage and touching things and touching the walls and things like that. And so We went in there because I thought my little sister was in there, and she was the only one home with us, and she had been in her room the entire time. So we went downstairs. I turned on every single light downstairs and on the stairs and everything else, and we went in the garage and nobody was in there. And so I was like, okay, that's so weird. And we kind of just spent like 5 minutes in there just kind of talking about what had happened and things like that. And then we decided to go back up to my room and just watch a funny movie or something on Netflix. We had gone upstairs to watch a movie on Netflix, and when we opened the garage door, every single light that we had turned on in the house was turned off, and it was pitch black downstairs. I was freaking out. We went upstairs. It wasn't my little sister, and we kind of just like hid in the room and agreed not to talk about it that night. So a lot of things happen when Kelsey's over specifically. I don't know what that is. She's Catholic. Maybe that's it. So the scariest experience that I've literally ever had in the house was I was making videos to send to my friend who lives in another country, and we would kind of like swap videos back and forth all the time, just telling them about our day and stuff, things that had happened that week. And I was making this one, and I was making this video and watching myself on the screen because I was using my webcam, and this figure thing kind of swung out from the bottom of the recliner that I used to have in my room. It like swung out and then went back the same path it came. And I had no lights were on in my room. I was just using the light from my window, and like nothing was going on that could have happened. Like I've tried to debunk this so many times just so I could sleep at night, and it almost kind of looks like a foot kicking out. Like I don't really know what it looks like. You guys can watch it because I'm gonna put the clip in. It's really bad quality. Ignore my eyebrows. But I'll see if I can like, I'll probably be able to like zoom in on the figure itself and maybe like circle it, like I don't know, but it's gonna be in the bottom left corner. It's you'll see it. It's really creepy. You might not think it's creepy. I think it's pretty darn creepy. So then after I even like, I watch a lot of ghost shows and I know that normally they're like, yeah, you can only see orbs like when you're watching it back on camera, but like I was looking at myself so I could see it. So you see my eyes look at it, and then I shut off the video, I shut my laptop, I kind of like casually walked like out of my room, and I ran downstairs and I showed my stepdad, and like he was like, okay, that's not okay. And we kind of just like joked about it a little bit, but there's that like anxiety that was like, something's wrong. Caitlin? Shh. Caitlin? Nope. Not today. Not today. I just found out that I'm alone. This has gotta be the worst day. I picked the worst day to talk about this shit. Like, that's not really all the stories, but that's the most like, those are the ones that stand out the most. But yeah, that's what I have to deal with in my house. I'm watching this bird. There's like a bird in there right now. That's basically my life right now. So this is the end of Vlogtober day 2. I'm gonna go upstairs maybe and edit this video with every single light turned on in my house. It's gonna be great. And yeah, I'll post this tonight, and let's just pray that I don't get murdered. Cause like I've seen Paranormal Activity, and like white people just don't have good luck, you know? At Zach Bagans, come investigate my house cause shit is cray. Hope you enjoyed my scary stories about my life and my house and the demons who decided to live in it. It's a lot of fun. I should just do ghost tours this Halloween, just in my house. Oh my god. Stay safe, you guys. Don't invite demons to live in your house or anything like that. That's a big no-no. I've seen the movies, I've lived the life. And go like pet a cat or something, because that always makes me feel better. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I love you guys. Have a good rest of Vlogtober day 2.